Hi there. Welcome to the tour of the Holistic Horse Handling Program. I'm Sarah Gallagher, co-founder of Equestrian Movement with Katie Boniface. Katie has very kindly written out this program so that more and more students across the globe can actually create that powerful connection with their horse to build confidence, trust, and faith in one another. And this is the ultimate goal. So in this quick tour, I'm going to show you a little bit about what's in the program, as well as a quick underlying concept behind the program as well. Here is the landing page of our course, of the actual course itself. And what you'll see here is the different modules that we actually do have that are designed to build upon each other. And it doesn't mean that you fly through them. Like, the goal of this course isn't to fly through the program, tick, yes, I've learned that lesson, tick, yes, I've learned that lesson. The idea of this program is that you can build these skills as foundational layers and return to them every time there is a small micro tear in the relationship. And these micro tears are always going to happen when we introduce something new, when there's challenges to the environment. And those challenges can be something as simple as the neighbour's horses have moved, or there's a big storm coming, so they're upset, or perhaps there is actual pain or injury existing, or the challenge is just a bit too great for the horse or for yourself, and we overface ourselves and our horses. So these particular skills are all designed so that you can once again come back, readdress, fix them, and move forward again. It makes your life so much simpler working with your horse. It makes your life so much happier working with your horse, and it makes your horse so much happier working with you when we have these foundational skills established. Inside the program, we also have a small caveat of a direction for students with horses that are overcoming past traumas, or perhaps have a more aggressive disposition where it's not particularly safe for you to be handling them without some form of protected contact initially. It's designed so that you can actually be safe while you interact with your horse and build these foundations so that you don't need to work with protected contact, and build a deeper recognition as to how your horse responds to the environmental and physical and emotional stresses we put them through every single day that we interact with them. We look inside our courses, inside the modules are broken down into several lessons. And again, they're designed in a flowing kind of way so that they'll build on top of one another. I say it again, it doesn't mean that you aren't going to go backward to address some of these things, but when you do go to those earlier parts in the modules or earlier modules in the program, it makes it so much faster for you to travel through and get back to where you were. It's really just building that foundation and then circling back to solidify that foundation, and then circling back until it becomes a living, breathing, skill that you and your horse have together. And that is what builds that powerful connection that you see with those really famous trainers that don't know what they're don't necessarily teach all the components of what they're doing, but they know a lot of the skills that they do have, and they're very confident with their horse. This is what we want you to get to. We want you to feel safe, secure, confident with your horse, as well as have that connection. And we want your horse to feel safe, secure, and confident in you, and have that deeper level of connection, and let you guys move forward with every single challenge you have and accomplish goals. Each lesson is laid out in a very similar way. What you'll see is some theory, which just talks a little bit about why we use this particular exercise or activity, or why we are actually doing it. There is demonstration videos or videos that will talk through it at a deeper level if we need those aspects in there. Where there are actual exercises, such as in this particular example, which is one of our favourite first go-tos, which is the fist bump, you have a downloadable PDF that you can actually take out of the course print and just have on hand, or have it just on your phone when you're actually working with your horse as well. And then further down, you can actually see a bit further down in this one, because there's lots of information around the fist bump, but additional resources such as stopping your horse from frisking, or for those horses that maybe perhaps have a tendency to nip or mouth things when they're presented to them, i.e. our fists, how to turn those nippers into lickers. And this isn't the fist bump lesson plan, but this is what our lesson plans do look like in there. So it gives you a little bit of what we expect your horse to be able to have achieved before you actually move into this exercise. And if you don't have these prerequisites, we strongly recommend that you step back and make sure you do have those prerequisites established, because they make your life so much easier and they build up the horse's ability to learn. And when your horse knows how to learn, you can encourage willingness, because you aren't creating frustration and fear and anxiety in the learning environment. And so we'll have those prerequisites. We'll talk again a little bit more about the what and the why, and then there'll be specific tasks in the that you will need to do. So it's like the how to, the what, the why, the how to, and then finally, let's look at how we've gone back. One of the biggest things that we don't do enough when we work with our horses is reflect on how things went. The reflection tends to happen when we do something bad, but the reflection tends to be in a negative perspective, where we're more like, what did we do wrong? What we want you to do is not to think about what did I do wrong or did I do this incorrectly. It's what was your horse's response to this request? Do they clearly understand what you wanted? Was it something that they could do? Are they trying to figure out what you're asking? So that's what the lesson plans are all designed to do, so that you can always come back, reflect on that, and then build on that yet again as you practice and, I guess, become more and more skilled at these foundation layers that are critical to every horse handler that is out there. I also wanted to give you a very quick sneak peek in one of the bonuses. And one of the bonuses that we do have is that we've taken those foundation skills, and at the end of the program, we've added an additional module called Holistic Husbandry. And this is just your approach using that holistic methodology, making your horse continue to feel safe, secure, and connected to you, where you continue to build trust, faith, and confidence in each other while you're doing everyday work. So this comes down to things like building a positive work ethic, so that they feel comfortable going into work with you. And by work, I do mean, like, proper groundwork, games, riding even. So this is preparing you for those aspects. Things like grooming, feed time manners, medicating, which is always a difficult and painful task for so many of us that have that horse that just turns into an instant giraffe the minute you try to pace them. And then, of course, working with your professional support team outside of yourself or your initial family that are following through on the program, how to work with vets, farriers, dentists, groomers, trainers, in a way that you can be the advocate for your horse, and how to introduce them so your horse feels comfortable in those situations as well. One of our other bonuses is we do actually have a support group. It's called the Arena Classroom. It's inside the Facebook group. It is filled with so many of our students who are just out there happy to share their wins, support you guys through your own adventures. And of course, inside that group, you also have access to Katie, so you can post questions and she does respond to assist you in that. Sometimes those questions actually help us build out additional little training videos where maybe we feel like we haven't quite explained something. It also allows you to post your own videos of your own interactions with your horse if you want some assessment on those particular videos. So it's a great little area to play in. I do hope you guys enjoyed our little mini tour of the Equestrian Movements Holistic Horse Handling program. If you have any questions, just drop us a line. You can do so inside our Facebook group, or you can do so by emailing Sarah@equestrianmovement.com. Thank you.